Amber Heard jumped off a 7-story building, and she was still beautiful after she landed and smashed her face up. Okay, so what people don't understand is that the problem with having a heart is that it's heavy. But that's the gift and the burden of the whole thing. And, Amber Heard didn't have a heart, so, her heart was okay when she smashed her face off a 7-story building. So what I'm going to do is, this is a very moral little YouTube thing. I'm going to talk about the opposite of Amber Heard, and then I'm going to return to her at the end of this. That's what this story is. Okay, so that picture there, right? That's me on the left. That's my friend Kevin on the right. Okay, so Kevin committed suicide about like a month ago. He jumped off a 7-story whatever because he was gifted with schizophrenia and manic, all sorts of shit. I always used to joke with him that he had the supersized mega meal of mental disorders. But he was a sensitive person. He would never hurt anybody. He was always afraid of pissing anybody off. He would go crazy if he thought that somebody was upset with him. And then, he's on the side of neurotics, right? Like, he's so neurotic, he would rather hurt himself than somebody else. But, so, on the opposite end, we got, Amber Heard, who only wants to hurt other people. This Kevin, my friend Kevin, was a gentle person. He would never do, he couldn't hurt a fly. I think a friend of his told me he was like a gentle giant. Such a nice guy. You want people like this in the world. But then we got Amber Heard, who's just trying to rip everybody's throat out in their heart, and rip their heart out and eat it and say, ha ha ha, you're so stupid because you cared. Well, that's not how it's supposed to work. At least, I don't think so. And you know what? If you're going to try to argue with me that it does work like that, then I'll just bomb the whole goddamn planet. I'll just, spend the rest of my life building a nuclear bomb to destroy the human race. Anyway, so here's a few memories that I had with this gentleman. Wonderful fellow. When we were 18, I'm 42 years old, so when I was 18, when we were 18, he got me a job at a bar called the Zoo Bar. And what we did was, our job was to hand out pamphlets and flyers. So what we did, we would take all the pamphlets and flyers, in big bags, and we would go out and we'd just throw them in the garbage and then go drinking. And then at the end of the night, we'd go back to the bar and we'd collect our paycheck. And we did that for several months. And that's the best job I ever had. And then finally they said, we're going to watch you when you're working. And we were like, okay, we quit. We left. And then another memory, I'm just giving you my best memories of this guy. Piercy, Kevin Pierce. He was a poet. Another one was, we went to a party. And I guess we were all drunk and stoned or whatever. But I was telling some girl that she was terrible and she's a terrible person. And she was really upset. And Kevin was lecturing the whole room and saying, I am you for you. I am you because you are afraid to be you. And somebody started crying when he said that. And I was like, that's the best thing I've ever heard. And then another one was, we were outside this bar called The Sanctuary, which was on Queen Street in Toronto. It's like Queen and not quite, past Bathurst, I think. Anyways, doesn't matter. It's a second cup now. Isn't that wonderful? Anyways, so Kevin, he found some balloons, right? Some helium balloons. And so he stood outside of this goth bar called Sanctuary, where all the vampire wannabe goth emos were going. And he stands up right outside the door with these balloons, and he goes, please do not look at my balloons. My balloons mean you no harm. Please do not make eye contact with my balloons. Please go about your day. Don't mind my balloons. And the goths walked by and popped the balloons with their cigarettes. And afterwards, he told me, he goes, I just wanted to see if everybody would pop my balloons. We need people like this. And we lost people like this. So now I'm going to talk about a more happy subject, and then I'm going to talk about a really dismal subject. And that would be... So first I'm going to talk about Kevin Pearce's suicide, which is a happier topic. Then I'm going to talk about Amber Heard being alive, which is a really sad topic. No, it is very sad. Kevin was an incredible person, and he just got the supersized mega meal of mental disorders. And he, Jesus Christ. The shit he went through is unbelievable. And it's not even by, that people treated him badly in life. It was just in his mind, he had schizophrenia. It was really fucked up. And he had to carry that his whole life. He had to work with that. And I don't know if you realize, whoever the hell I'm talking to, that when you're schizophrenic, you hear voices in your head that are telling you bad things all the time. So when you hear somebody screaming on the street, it's because they're trying desperately to silence those evil voices. The voices never say good things. If it was not for medication, the right medication, he wouldn't have lived this long. He would have been dead at 20. But he was a wonderful person, a poet, a real lover of art, sensitive, kind individual. And which brings me to Amber Heard, who is the complete polar opposite of this. A mean person who wants to hurt people. And she tries so hard. It's all about... it's just so... I don't even know how do you describe somebody like Amber Heard? Okay, I'll try. Bear with me. Amber Heard is basically somebody who never matured past the age of 6 years old. All she ever thinks about is, what do I get for Christmas? She never thinks about buying it her kids. If she had kids, she'd be mad at them if they didn't buy her a present on Christmas. She doesn't think about giving to other people. She only thinks about taking. That's just like a typical 6-year-old, right? I always said the measure of an adult, difference between an adult and a child is an adult enjoys giving more than taking. So fuck you, you silly. Anyways, I don't really want to get into it. Amber Heard is such a fucking joke, and Kevin Pearce was the best. And so what I'm really trying to say is that I'm going to probably upload some of his poetry in the future. And Amber Heard is probably going to download, upload, shitload. She's going to lose her Aquaman career. If you like gays, click like. If you like blacks, comment. If you like women, click notification bell. If you like gay women, subscribe. And if you like gay black women, Patreon, Human Warnings, give me money.